We have such an insanely incredible day planned. Do me a favor, quickly, all of you that are walking, race to your seats as quickly as possible. We have only 29 minutes of Q&A. Here's the context for the Q&A this morning. The context is, hey Tom, here is the limiting belief I'm dealing with, or here is the very specific business challenge. Listen up. I love you. I don't need the backstory. I just need the question. So we can do a bunch of them. Is that fair, everybody? All right, so who's got a question? Who wants to talk? Get over here. Yep. Who else wants to talk? Let's go. Robert. Okay, normally I would go ladies first, but I couldn't throw that far. So ready? Shh. Limiting belief or the biggest business challenge, and I don't need the backstory. Go. Tell them who you are and where you're from. Okay, blue box. Volume. There we go.
Robert Erickson, Hollywood, California. Commissions. With the hybrids taking a big chunk of the market,
yes,
I'm being slammed with commissions. They've interviewed Redfin, all the other blue, purple box or whatever.
Purple Bricks is gone.
All that. So can you talk about maybe my personal challenge in being worthy to ask for more or keep firm on my standards about commission?
Okay, that's an awesome question, right or wrong, guys. So I'm going to answer your question, Robert, a couple of different ways. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you 35 of those sites that I believe you should all sign up for, so you're getting those deals and you do pay the referral fee. You guys up for that? Some of you are like, screw you. Do you want to know why I'm telling you to sign up for those? A, so you're there. B, because you're the kind of individual that will convert, you will generate the client, close the deal, get paid, and then you pick up their sphere of influence to generate even more referrals. Does that make sense? So I'm okay, Robert, on the short end, paying the 25, 35% referral fee to unlock their database. Does that make sense? Now, when it comes to dealing with the commissionectomy, hey, will you do it for less? Here's the biggest challenge we face. Today, when I go up after Chris Voss, we're gonna talk about positioning. And I'm gonna reveal to you, there are basically 30 items of what we would consider consumer value, things that the customer values. Not one of them on that list is a discount. The reason why discounting is so pervasive in our industry is people can't separate why you versus somebody else. So it's like, look, if you're all the same, why not go for the cheapest option? Does that make sense? Is Ken Pozak in the room? Ken, are you in the room? I saw you yesterday. Okay, I don't see him in the room yet. So Ken, working in Michigan, dealing with the same challenges that everybody has, was one of the first to adopt my strategy of stack the cool. Have you done that yet? Stack the cool. If you watch an infomercial, they'll do this. But if you act now, we'll throw in this and this and this and this. But wait, there's more. That is in marketing called stacking the cool. When you take action, we're gonna do all of these additional things absolutely free, bringing more value to the transaction. The question you have to ask yourself is, in your listing presentation, right? And I'm not talking about post, you're in the deal, rebates. That's why I have Chris Voss. In your presentation, if you're not doing something dramatically different, showing more value than any other agent in your marketplace, it's a lose deal. You're gonna get less commission. Does that make sense? So stack the cool. if everybody walks in and says, we do these 15 things to get the home sold, either do the 15 things better, more elaborate, more demonstratable on video, or yesterday when I said to one of the gals over here, if staging is an issue, if moving them out of the house is an issue, what are all the other business ancillary pieces that you can offer that create more value? And then one of the legendary agents in Beverly Hills, remember John Arrow? Still in the business, right? Owner of a company, sold to John Arrow Group, like incredible human being. John would go into every presentation, this is old school, with $101 bills. Do you know that close? Okay, so everyone write this down. It's the old stuff for me it's the time tested. And the good news is we got Chris Voss coming up next. John would go into a presentation with Merv Griffin, right? Pretty good business guy. He would take the $100, single $1 bills. He'd open it up. He'd kind of have it out in front of him like this. And the seller would say, let's talk about fees. You know, I talked to this other agent, 2%, 2.5%, 1%, whatever it may be. And he says, you know, a lot of agents and a lot of consumers will get hung up on, and he'll push 6%, 6 $1 bills, 3 and 3. And he describes, this is the fee that the buyer gets, and whether today that's 2 or 2.5, knowing your market, he would do that appropriately. So let's just say 3 for even numbers. We're talking about $11 million houses. We're not talking about, this is $100 bills in front of someone that understands money, pushes the 3 over here and says, Robert, this is what we pay to the buyer's agent for representing the client, for bringing that person in and being a steward of the negotiation to get the transaction done, to bring the right people in your house, and that's what they earn. And that's kind of a non-negotiable. You're talking about the 3% over here that I do. As I showed you, in my presentation, everybody does this. I do all of this and all of this, and this is what I choose to charge for those services. And he would literally say to them, but you think to yourself, that's an $11 million house, that's a lot of money. Let me explain. Takes $1 and says, this goes to my broker. Takes another dollar and says, I spend all of this on my team and marketing to give you maximum exposure, leaving me with 1. And then he says, I live in California. Taxes, me, and then he pushes the $94 at them. You guys get this, buyer agent gets that, I get this. Now you might say, Tom, it's 2019, that's campy. I say that's bullshit, it's awesome. And if a legendary, Beverly Hills West Side broker, if that's how he was doing it, that's a little lesson for all of us to pull into our own world. Some of you are really young, it'll end up on PayPal. Now have you read Chris Voss's book? Who's read Chris Voss's book? Are you guys ready for that at 9:30? Chris is in the back right now. We were just hanging out. I'm going to ask him to handle the same question. But my answer is demonstratable value makes you stand out. And the ability to say no also makes you stand out. So that's the fast version. No. But even more important, look up here, guys. Who has to cut their commission just about every time? Who has to? The person with more leads coming in and more appointments than they can manage? Or the person that's praying to the real estate god for something to happen? Everybody faces it. It's less painful when you have a lot of opportunity. Make sense? So give Robert a nice big round of applause. And then where's that? Oh, right here. Here's a microphone. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Jani Gurecki. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida, but original from Peru. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Peru in the house. Come on, give her a big round of applause.
Woo! Okay. My question is, I'm a fan of you. I haven't listened for 3 years. This is my dream come true.
Yes.
I can't believe I see you in person. Mwah. Okay, my question is, Okay, can I still be successful in this business if I do everything else except for cold calls? I have been working 5 years in this business, but I hate phone calls because I hate my accents. So what can I do?
Oh my God. Okay. Neo. Neo, where are you? Neo, get over here. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's so great about this? You guys know Tom Bilyeu is going to be here on Friday, right? Who knows who Tom Bilyeu is?
Woo!
And what is Tom Bilyeu's favorite movie that has shaped his entire life? So I texted him last night and said, my client Neo is here at the event. He was like, no shit, really? That's her name? Oh my God, I gotta meet her. Neo.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear her question?
She doesn't want to call because of.
I hate my accent.
I have an accent too. I'm from Cuba. Hazlo de todas maneras. Do it anyway.
Okay, no, baby. You got all this swag now, but last year, she's on stage. Who was here last year? You guys remember Neo on stage with me? And I'm like, look, I would hire any female with an accent over anyone else over the phone because A, half the time the guy or the gal is gonna go,
What?
where are you from? It's a conversation starter.
That's the first.
You have the unfair advantage, you bitch. That's not fair. So Neil, what advice do you have for this lovely woman who her limiting belief is she can't make calls because she's got an accent?
Well, like you say, when you call someone, the first thing they're gonna ask you is where you're from. And you can spend a few minutes just talking about what makes you comfortable. I'm from Peru, and anything about your country. And then from there, you go.
Food.
There you go. Everybody loves Peru.
Yes! Woo!
You start with food, because everybody likes to eat,
Yes?
and then connect it to real estate.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, Neo, go grab your seat, and I
Thank
love
you
you.
so much.
Hey, by the way, guys,
Thank you.
hold on for context. Last year, Neo was at the summit with 0 sales. Where are you at year to date? 10 deals year to date. Give her a huge round of applause. Go. No. Hand on the microphone one more time.
Okay.
If you change your thinking, you change your life. If you associate my accent is a problem, then you show up, or worse, you hide from the world because of an accent. You live in Boca Raton. It's a beautiful spot.
I know.
You're not the only one there with an accent.
Yes. Can I share my new belief because
Tell me.
of you?
Tell me.
My limiting belief, my accent is an asset because I can tell you in Spanish and English, and it's sexy.
Yes, it is, baby. All right. So hold on. But let's address the issue that you also talked about. You're not making your phone calls.
No.
Okay, so heads up, we're in a contact sport. The more people you touch and talk to and shoot videos and text and email and meet at open houses and at restaurants, the more you do that, the more business you do. Yes or yes, my friends?
Yes.
Like, that's the game. It's all about talking to people. So let's make a bet.
Okay.
I have $10,000, says you won't make 20 conversations a day, Monday through Friday, for the entire month of September, October, November. 10 grand.
And you pay me 10,000?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on.
Come on.
What? I want to make sure she understood the bet. You're going to talk to 20 people a day
Okay.
over the phone. If you do 2 phones at the same time and they both answer, you go, hey. And if somebody's mean, hang up on them and go to this one. 20 conversations a day. September, October, November, and you're gonna have to text me every day to report in on the numbers. You miss one text, no money. You with me? You go all basically 20, 40, I'll give you Thanksgiving off, 18 days. You complete that cycle, 10 grand.
Woo!
You in?
I'm on, yes.
Are you
we
in?
have a deal.
Are you in?
Yes.
Okay, give her a big round of applause. Love it, love it.